Dionysus, also known as Bacchus, was a Greek god of wine, fertility, and ecstasy. According to Greek mythology, he was born to the god Zeus and the mortal woman Semele. The story goes that Semele, a princess of Thebes, was courted by Zeus, who disguised himself as a mortal. They fell in love, and Semele became pregnant with Zeus's child. However, when Semele bragged to her friends that she was carrying the child of Zeus, the jealous goddess Hera, who was Zeus's wife, decided to take revenge. Hera disguised herself as an old woman and convinced Semele to ask Zeus to reveal himself in his true form, thinking that the sight of his divine glory would kill her. Semele did as she was told, and when Zeus revealed himself in his true form, she was consumed by his lightning bolts and died. However, Zeus managed to rescue the unborn child from Semele's womb and sewed him into his own thigh until he was ready to be born. When Dionysus was eventually born, he was fully divine and had the power to bring joy, ecstasy, and madness to those who followed him. Dionysus was later raised by the nymphs, and as an adult, he became known as the god of wine, fertility, and theater. He was worshipped in many parts of ancient Greece and Rome, and his cult was famous for its wild and ecstatic celebrations known as the Dionysian mysteries. In Greek mythology, there are various stories and interpretations regarding the relationship between Dionysus and Zagreus. Some sources suggest that Zagreus was an early form or aspect of Dionysus, while others see them as separate entities with their own distinct attributes. One popular interpretation is that Dionysus and Zagreus were both associated with the mysteries of life, death, and rebirth. In this version of the myth, Zagreus was a chthonic deity, meaning he was connected to the earth and the underworld, while Dionysus was associated with wine, fertility, and ecstatic revelry. In Greek mythology, Zagreus is a mysterious and enigmatic figure who is associated with the cult of Orphism. The cult of Orphism was a religious movement that emerged in ancient Greece and was based on the teachings of the legendary musician and poet Orpheus. The exact nature and attributes of Zagreus are not entirely clear, as the cult of Orphism was known for its secrecy and esotericism. However, some sources suggest that he was a powerful deity who was associated with the soul and the afterlife. According to some versions of the story, Zagreus was the son of Zeus and Persephone, and he was torn apart by the Titans in a jealous rage. Zeus then collected the pieces of Zagreus' body and created a new Dionysus from them. This version of the myth suggests that Dionysus and Zagreus were the same deity, with Zagreus serving as a precursor or early form of Dionysus. Another interpretation of their relationship is that Zagreus was an independent deity who was later absorbed into the cult of Dionysus. In this version of the myth, Zagreus was a powerful chthonic deity who was associated with death and rebirth, while Dionysus was more closely linked to wine and the joys of life. Over time, however, the cult of Dionysus absorbed elements of the cult of Zagreus, and the two became more closely intertwined. Overall, the relationship between Dionysus and Zagreus is complex and multifaceted, with different versions of the myth emphasizing different aspects of their connection. However, both gods were important figures in Greek mythology and played significant roles in the religious and cultural life of ancient Greece.